Question number 4. As Earth travels in its orbit, Earth's axis. Okay. Finally, we're getting to a question that I'm not going to say is easy. And frankly, I totally hate. I do not like this question at all. I'm really surprised that it made it to the Regents. And I really do not like this question at all. But again, if we use the process of elimination, we can really narrow down some of these answers. So let me just read the question again. It says, as Earth travels in its orbit, Earth's axis. Let's start from number 4, and we'll see if we can eliminate some of these answers. Number 4 is pointing towards the center of the Milky Way. Well, as you should know, the Milky Way is the galaxy we live in, and it really doesn't make any sense that it would be pointing towards the center of our Milky Way. The Milky Way doesn't really affect Earth. It is the galaxy we're in, but the sun is the only thing that really affects us. We move around the sun. That's where our gravitational force is rotating around. The Milky Way is not very influential on the Earth. Number 3 is perpendicular to the moon's axis. No, I don't. It's hard for me to explain some of these things because, I know you guys see them and you see, perpendicular. Oh, and the moon. It's not perpendicular to the moon's axis. I think that's something that you guys probably just know. The moon doesn't influence us. We influence the moon. And the next one is remains aligned with the sun's axis. The sun remains aligned with the sun's axis. Doesn't really make sense either. The sun, we are in a elliptical orbit around the sun. It's also not exactly aligned with the sun's axis. It's slightly tilted, just like all the other planets. So that's not the answer. And the correct answer is number 1. It says that it remains parallel to itself at all Earth positions. And what they're trying to tell you, and let me just bring up this picture really quick, is that if you see here, the Earth's axis always stays parallel to itself. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. If the Earth rotated around and was all the way up here or all the way on the other side, and you can't see right now, it's still on the same axis. The tilt of the Earth does not change. So I think that's what they mean with this question. When I first read the question, it took me like 5 minutes to really figure it out. Trying to take the Regents without the answer key and see if I can get 100. But it is the correct answer, at least according to Regents board. But it's the only answer that really makes sense. So you're going to run into some of these questions. It's really not easy, this question. I think it's hard, even for anyone, even me or people that I work with. It's a difficult question, but you really just have to do the best to cancel out answers. It's really your biggest tool on the Regents is canceling out answers and trying to figure out what could possibly be the answer.